radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
Tune in every Thursday from 5 to 5:55 p.m. on Hot 702.5 FM for MVP Speaks Radio.
Hi. Hey. What's up?
All your favorite artists.
Check it out. DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
Thanks for tuning in to Hot 702.5 FM. We are the hottest. You're listening to MVP Speaks Radio. Hey. MVP Speaks here. Welcome to another episode, to another show. I can't really hear myself. I got this hat on. Hey y'all, welcome in. I'm so happy that you're here. I'm happy that I'm here. Wherever you are listening from or watching from in the world, I hope that you are having a great time and a great day. Just appreciating your life and whatnot. So I'm going to start off with some of these Be Inspired inspirational messages, just right out the gate. I'm just going to pull some out and see how it goes. I don't like that I can't hear myself. Trying to fix my hat. I found my hat, you guys. I thought I lost this hat. I was so happy when I found it. It's my bucket hat. Okay, here we go. I'm looking a little awkward. That's all right. It's okay, you guys. You got to be comfortable in your awkwardness. If you're having an awkward moment, it's okay. We've all had awkward moments, so we already know that it's okay. Let's see. Oh, yeah, the messages. Duh. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to pull a few and get to talking about them. So you can comment if you want to comment about them, how they resonate with you, if not, if so or if not, or whatever you want to say about it. My dreams need me to succeed. All I have to do is believe. All I have to do is believe. Remember the womb. Remember the womb. My vibration is super fly. My vibration is super fly. Super fly. So, what else we got? Practice doesn't make perfect. I am a perfect confection. You are perfect just the way you are. I give the best hugs. Hug yourself. All right, guys. This is self-love time. So give yourself a hug. Give yourself a hug. Love is the answer. Yes, it is. And the world is my mirror. I see my self-reflection. Wow. I liked all those messages. Let me know what you felt about them. The one that resonated the most with me was... Oh, I didn't even read this one. Today I will be present because I am a gift. That's why I had to go through these one more time. Today I will be present because I am a gift. So, hopefully you guys are present right now. Hopefully you are present right now as we get on with the show. Let's give a shout out to my partners in rhyme, The Truth Spot LV, The Truth Spot, and The Truth Collective LV, providing a platform for artists in Las Vegas for the past 8 years. And Every Wednesday you can catch them. Every second and fourth Wednesday you can catch them rocking at the Art House Lounge with the True Spot. Also give a shout out to CTV Radio, Catch This Vibe Radio, the hottest independent radio station on TikTok and the Midwest. Not only playing artist songs, but putting the independent artist songs into a pool for DJs all across the country to pull from to spin. So if you're an independent artist, I highly encourage you to tune in and follow CTV Radio, Catch This Vibe Radio. Tell them MVP sent you. Also, Scorpio Royalty Productions, awesome producer, awesome recording studio in Las Vegas. Also, Za Creations, if you need a photographer or any graphic or website type work, you can hit her up. Za Creations, ZHA Creations. You can find all those people on Instagram. These are all my folks that vibe with me, and I vibe with them, and we take care of each other, and we support each other, and we're doing great, amazing things, so I'm excited. And I also wanted to let you know that this episode of MVP Speaks Radio is sponsored in partnership with Kev Loves Music Hall. At Kev Loves Music Hall and Events, we make sure the vision for your special event becomes a reality and goes off without a glitch. Our venue offers everything you need to create a memorable special occasion, personal or professional. From weddings to parties, we can supply the planning, entertainment, catering, and more. Located in a prime location with plenty of free parking, 2650 South Decatur Boulevard, Suite 8. You can get more information if you visit the website kevloves.com. That's KevLoves.com. Kev Loves. Or you can call 702-754-8979. And if you mention MVP Speaks Radio or just MVP Speaks, you will receive a discount when you book. So that's awesome. Shout out to that. All right, you guys. So I was expecting to have a guest today, and my guest is not here. And it's so interesting because I wasn't, sometimes you get an inkling, and I was like having an inkling. I was like, is my guest really going to come? And they didn't come. So that's okay, because you always got to have a backup plan, or just, know how to move swiftly on with things. But my backup plan today was to talk about a few things, and also to read some poems, some of my own poetry, like some of my own stuff. And I've been I wrote a few new poems, and they're still in the development stage. But I'm excited because I haven't necessarily been writing a lot of poems. And I still feel like I could write way more, but I guess, as an artist, or, I don't know. I'm still learning myself, and sometimes I feel like I'm not going to force it. If I don't feel like it, I'm not going to do it. Like, why would I sit here and try to make myself write? But I have been writing, and I have been inspired to write, so I'm excited for that. And I wanted to share some of those poems with you. And then I just wanted to talk about some things that I have been personally just dealing with, or not dealing with, like, it's such a chore to be dealt with, but going through or experiencing, that's the word. Sometimes you just gotta say the different words until the word that describes what you're really trying to say comes out. Experiencing. That is exactly the word. I love it. So some of the things that I have been experiencing, with the hopes to maybe connect with people maybe who have experienced these things, or help people know that they're not alone. I don't know. So the most crazy thing that I've been experiencing, dang, I just dropped my message bag, is dealing with my sons being grown-ups. Now, my firstborn just had a birthday yesterday, and he turned 28 years alive. And it just has me like in awe of being alive and like giving birth and raising children. Like 28 years. Like, where the hell is 28 years gone? Like, I feel so just like kind of lost from it all. Like, oh, it happened so fast. But in the midst of it, it wasn't necessarily fast. It was kind of like you just going through the life. You just living life. And when you have kids, you know, they give you, there's all these books and stuff and about how to raise your kids and how to have good, healthy parenting bonds, you know, whatever the information is out there for us. And I don't recall like getting any memos about like when your children grow up, like after the fact, after you done spent all this time like raising them and nurturing them and making them be who they are becoming, like, and then they leave, or they grow up, they get a job, or they go on with their life, with their freaking life. And I just feel like we need to talk about that. Like, for me, it shit is hard, and it's been 4 years since I've been out here, so it shouldn't. I feel like it shouldn't still be hard. So sometimes I feel like, girl, it's been 4 years. Like, why are you still? When I see teenagers, I cry. When I'm in the schools, I cry. I'm always crying. When I see families, I cry. I don't know what's wrong with me. And I do sometimes feel sad, but I feel like, I'm missing that part of my life. Like, that was my whole life. Like, since I was 20, I had my first son when I was 20. And then I just, had another one and another one, you know what I'm saying? But like, that was my whole life. And so to be removed from that, I feel like it was an attachment. Like, it's still, like, I'm still attached. Like, oh, like, they don't call me. Sometimes they do. My son didn't even call me. It was his birthday. He didn't even call me and say, thanks, Mom. Thanks for pushing me out. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? It makes me a little bit sad. Like, dang, you didn't even call me. You wouldn't even have a birthday if I didn't push you out, motherfucker. So it's just been really hard for me. So that's been something that I've been dealing with still forever. I don't know. It's probably something I should talk to my therapist about. I kind of stopped going to therapy too. Not like, oh, I just stopped going, but she was like, just call me when you need me. I was like, this bitch really just fired me. She tried to fire me on the slide. Every time I'm in there, she's like, why are you in here? And I feel like I graduated out of it, and I got to figure out what to do with my sons and my emotions around. Like, I can't just be walking around everywhere, like, getting all emotional, crying about families and freaking kids with their moms. Like, I feel like that's lame of me. And I'm probably judging myself, and that's okay. At least I'm aware and I'm acknowledging it. But I don't know if anybody out there has grown children, not even grown children, and you're away from them, like away in a whole nother state, like 2,000 miles away. Like, that's a whole thing. Like, it's a lot. And I be sad all the time, and not all the time, but I be sad and I would just be emotional. And I don't know what to do. I need to let it go because I'm trying to get to I'm evolving into my best self. I was right before my show came on. I was like, damn, I ain't even glowed up yet. Like, I'm just like still. I feel like we're always still gonna be, because we're always gonna be evolving. So it's not like you're ever gonna be like, oh, I'm here now. I'm all glowed up, because you're gonna keep like going. You know what I'm saying? So, but I feel for myself like there's something like popping. Something is popping. But, it's been hard. So that's one thing that I've been trying to, and I got to stop saying trying, but that's one thing I have been working on within myself. And I don't know if I'm trying to understand like why. 'Cause that's what I always say to myself. Why are you crying? Why are you crying? Why do you feel so emotional about this? Why Why? And I don't know. I don't know why. It's hard. So anyway, so that was the one thing I want to talk about. And then also, I really wanted to freaking celebrate and give thanks to myself because since I got my car in April, and a little backstory for those of you who may or may not know. I've been in Vegas about 4 years. Well, 4.5 years now. And I haven't had a car the whole time I've been out here, my own vehicle. There was a time when I was with my ex-partner that we shared a car. It was his car, but I haven't had a car. And so I finally did get a car in April. And it was it was literally like an anniversary present from the universe. It was a miraculous experience because I didn't have any money down. I didn't have any proof of income, nothing. And I told him that before I went there. Shout out to Noah at Finley Chevrolet. You can just go tell him that you heard about, he got Victoria Porter. That's my government name. Well, that's the name my mama gave me. He got Victoria Porter car. Say my name, and we both get taken care of. So I get a little pushback. But I went in there, and he made it happen for me. I couldn't even get my car. It was easier to get the car than it was to get the insurance. So I had got my car the next day. But anyways, I have just really been really grinding, and working. Since I got my car. First, I was just doing DoorDash, and I was just hustling, and I feel like I was hustling, bustling, but I was loving it because I didn't have a car for so long. So it's amazing to me, oh my God, I can go wherever I want to go. And it wasn't that sweet at first, also because I still had a little driving fear. I had some driving anxiety. I don't know where it came from, but when I got out here, I was scared to drive. And so I literally had to, that's another thing, I gotta give myself a hug, yo, because I was so afraid of driving and getting on the highway and driving at night and driving by the airport. Those things used to give me anxiety, big time. And I would be crying or screaming at the road or if I would even go by a freeway, I would get mad, oh my God. Oh man, so it was crazy. So when I got my car, I couldn't keep that. You got a car, mother sucker, so you gotta go. That's the whole point. And so I had to overcome that fear, and bit by bit I had to drive on the highway. It's a whole story how it happened, but now I don't have those fears of highway driving anymore. I got myself in there, and I was talking myself. If you got a fear, you have to. First of all, these are some of the things I did to help me get over the fear of driving. And I believe if you have any type of fear, you can use these same things to because the fear is what? It's not real. So you have to remind yourself. So I had to tell myself, first of all, literally talking step by step to myself, okay, I don't know why you're afraid, but you don't have to be afraid. Telling myself, you don't have to be afraid. Look around you. There's cars all over the place. And that would just sometimes give me anxiety too. The cars are all over the place. But also I would tell myself, I would talk myself down, look around. People are driving. You even driven before. So it's not like I never drove before on the highway. You've done this. There's nothing to be afraid of. There's no fear. And then I would get on the highway a little bit, maybe drive exit or something, get off the highway. One time I was door dashing and them motherfuckers sent me, I'm so mad about it, but I'm not because it helped me get over my fear. But they ended up sending me 41 miles on the highway. And I literally told God, the universe, whatever, okay, I got to get over this fear. And then the next day I went to DoorDash and I had to drive literally 40 miles. I don't even know why they sent me. First of all, it's DoorDash. It's supposed to be quick. Why are you sending me 40 minutes away on the highway to deliver some dog food to a motherfucker? It's not a Petco closer than that. So I was mad at that, but then I I was literally on the highway, and I was mad and I was scared, but I didn't get off, and I just stayed on it, and all the way, and I made the delivery. Even when I got off the highway, I was nervous. I was like damn near crying, I think, and I didn't get back on that motherfucker though. I took the streets back. It was too much. I was so, and on the way when I was coming back, and I was like being like mad that I was on the highway, I had to tell myself, why are you mad you was on the highway? You was on the highway. Like, you just drove 40 minutes on the highway. Like, isn't that what you wanted to do? So there was some resistance within me. I was still fighting the fact that I still had this fear, but the fear wasn't even real. So I'm really just battling my mind. You know how we do as humans. So I just started going a little more and more on the highway. And yeah, and now, and I couldn't listen to no music. I had to just be focused, and I was all like, oh my God. And I'll be going slow. I'll be in the passenger lane. I'll be in the slow lane. But now I can do whatever. Now I can sing and dance and drive. And so I overcame that, but it took a few months. It took some time for me to just keep going and keep talking myself down and keep reminding myself, like, there's no reason for you to be afraid. And if you have a fear, like, you have to remind yourself, like, you don't have to be afraid. You can get through it. You can get past it. If you got a phobia, I used to have a phobia of oranges. It was really just a peel, and not like a phobia. That I wasn't scared of it. So it's a phobia when you're scared. I don't know, but I had a thing where I couldn't touch an orange. Like, the orange peel would literally make my entire body crawl. And even sometimes when I think about it now, I still get that little feeling. That's why my hands look like this. But I had a time where I couldn't do that. Like, I don't know what happened. I never had any problem with oranges, and then one day I just was like, oh my God, I can't touch this. I can't peel this. My sons used to chase me around the house with them. Talking about, Mom, you scared of the orange? No, I'm not scared. It just, ew. I think I had just maybe peeled one too many oranges. I have 4 kids, so I'm sure I peeled a lot of oranges in my time. But, so I had to, I got over that eventually. I didn't really consciously, like, I don't think take any steps to get over that. I was just like, bro. So orange, get over it. And I think I just eventually just got over it. Sometimes you can just talk to yourself and be like, hey, get over it. You don't have to be afraid. You don't have to have a fear. We don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, baby. What y'all know about that? Okay. So yeah, don't be afraid. So I said all that to get right back to the car. That ever since I got my car, I have been able to cultivate income for myself in a way like never before. And I've been able to do things that I haven't been able to do ever since, since I came out here, do them with ease, like be able to go and bust some moves in one day, like go here, go there, blah, blah, blah. What's up, MVP? I want to make you a splash logo. Shout out to Falcon Tours filling in. Good Lord. I just read his comment. It says, I feel you. What did you feel me on? I don't know what I was talking about at the time, but I'm glad you feel me, because that's one of the reasons I was sharing. Like, maybe I'm not alone. Maybe somebody else can understand what's happening. But you can make me a logo. Sure. Well, I don't know. Is that one of those moving ones, a splash logo? Shout out to Sean, the photographer. He actually won $25 from MVP Speaks Radio, and he got his prize the other day. So shout out to him for winning, and for always tuning in and supporting MVP Speaks Radio. It's fire. I love it. You guys are the real MVPs out there, just so you know. So I forgot what I was talking about now. Dang it. What was I talking about? Who was listening? Woo, 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 woo. Okay, so, the car. So, yeah, so, I've been able to cultivate an income for myself. And then by like doing DoorDash, that's how I started, doing DoorDash. Now, before this, you guys, I didn't have a job. The couple jobs I had were very part-time, and I was in I'm just going to be a artist mode. I kind of said that with attitude because I thought it was going to work, but I'm like, whatever, I'm just going to be an artist. but it wasn't paying, so I had to figure out something so I didn't have to suffer. I ended up getting a live-in nanny position, and I just got actually a brand new live-in nanny position that I'll be starting shortly. I'm super excited about that. So I was doing that, just trying to get caught up on my finances and, not feel like such a loser, because I was feeling like so much of a loser. Like, I don't know, I came out here to Las Vegas and everything's falling all apart, and, I'm low-key depressed and, whatever. But I just started, like, creating opportunities, like, telling people, like, I'll host this event. You want me to host? I'm an awesome host. I'm the shiznit. You need a babysitter? I'll babysit. You need me to organize your garage? Let me organize your garage. You need me to... And I set my own prices, and people pay it. And I'm satisfied with it. I'm like, yeah, this is great. Like, I'm not trying to charge people an arm and a leg, but I know I'm worth more than $7 an hour. And you feel me? So just being able to... And then I took the prize money that I won from one of the Spit Your Truth competitions, and I used that to get my substitute teacher license, because I have a degree. That's my background, is in teaching. It's in early childhood. It's in families and children and youth. Like, that's my expertise. Like, I'm a I was going to say a parent whisperer. I should be the parent whisperer. Oh, man, I'm about to be the parent whisperer. But I'm like the baby whisperer or whatever. Like, I always tell people I'm a parenting expert. But then they always be like, well, here, do something with these kids. And I'm like, you the problem, motherfucker. I said I'm a parenting expert. I'm going to tell you what to do. But so that's what I wanted. That's what I was doing before I left Milwaukee. That was my whole thing. But I was so drained from all that, I came out here and I wanted to just be an artist. And so I got my substitute teacher license. Shout out to Falcon. Shout out to Haru and his girl Fantasia, because it was at a luncheon with them and some other teachers that I was given the idea to become a substitute. And I was like, oh, I never even thought about a substitute, because my thing is, I am not trying to just be going to the same place every day and be committed to a 9-to-5. Like, no, I did all that, and I feel like that's not the way for me. And so a substitute, you can work when you want to work. You pick your own hours, and I took that prize money and I had it for some months before I actually used it. So to get my license, I don't know, I was just, it was time when it was time. And so I just held on to it like, nope. And I never touched it. It was in my Cash App. So nope, this is for my license. So I was committed to that. And I got it. And I have been doing teaching since September, or October, September. Dang, it's already December, you guys. Where is the time going? It's so weird. But and I freaking love it to life. And it pays nice. And I don't even think about when I'm getting paid. That's why I had this whole epiphany, because the other day a paycheck came in my bank and I had money in there. And I was like, wow, this is nice. Like, I haven't just had money sitting in my bank account in like ever. Usually as soon as I get it, I got to pay something with it. Like, I have not had like extra. And so like literally I have extra, and I'm just dumbfounded by that. And I feel like, wow, like, even in the midst of it, like, I was still paying stuff late. I still was like behind or making payment arrangements, or like all this stuff I had to go through. And I feel like I literally was growing through it. Like, I always picture like a root in the dirt, like a plant growing like through the dirt to come out. And I feel like when it comes to like our money and our finances, like, especially when we're doing things like in an unconventional way, like you're not having a 9-to-5, you're being an entrepreneur, you're being a business person, like you don't, how we think it's gonna go, it don't always go. But you still grow through it. And I realized like I still had a lot of non-beneficial thoughts about money, about how, not even about money itself, but how I felt about myself, because I wasn't where I wanted to be financially. That is what was, I feel like that's what I was getting through, like those feelings and those emotions, like it's not working out, or everything's going to be late, or car insurance is going to lapse. Like, that's the worst thing. You don't want your car insurance to lapse, because then you got to go through the whole process again. Ain't nobody got time for that. You know what I'm saying? So all these things, but now I'm like, I feel like I'm set for life, and I'm not rich by any means, but I feel like a weight is lifted. I feel like something inside of me has shifted, where I'm just like, oh, motherfucker, like, you're not poor no more. Like, I don't feel like, oh, I don't have money. I don't feel poor, or I don't feel like a loser because I'm on the bus, or, like, just however I would feel about myself concerning my situation. And I was listening to Joel Osteen on Sirius XM. And it's funny, because I used to see him on the TV and I could not watch him because he looked fake to me. I'm like, this man looked like a fake Ken doll or something. He just looked so weird. I could not watch him. But he always got a good message. And so I enjoy listening to his messages. And I was, dang, now why was I talking about him? I lost my train of thought. Dang it. I was listening to him. I can't remember. Where is it? Anyways, shout out to Joel Osteen, because he's got a great message. And all the messages, it don't matter what you believe, what your religious affiliations are. A message is still a message. And I believe you can find the truth in anything, because God is in all things and the truth is in all things. But I enjoy listening to him. I don't know why I was going to talk about him. I'm so frustrated with myself. That's why I was talking about being frustrated with myself. Children being grown and not connected like we think. Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. It's hard. God, we love our babies. And I always tell people, like, if you have young children, if you're still, like, caring for them, care for them, like, nurture them, like, spend time with them, like, listen to them and be silly with them, and just, like, freaking enjoy the youth of them, because them motherfuckers is going to grow up. And then what? You're going to be sad like me on the radio, crying about your kids. My kids done left me. But I don't, I'm really good, but I don't understand why I cry about that so much. And it's a little bit irritating, because I feel like, girl, can't you just out here crying? What's wrong with this lady? Oh, like, now I'm a crazy old lady looking at other people's kids crying. Like, what the hell? What's wrong with this lady? What's she looking at us for? What's she crying for? Oh, can I talk to your kids? I miss mine. No. But so those are some of the things that I've been dealing with lately. But I'm proud of myself, because I feel like I've grown through something. Like, I feel like I just feel better. Like, I woke up the other day and I was like, oh man, oh, you got money in the bank. Like, it don't matter how much it is. It just, it's there. I don't need it. I don't have to use it for anything. It could just stay there. I can't remember the last time. And money's still coming in. I mean, man, I got myself like 5 jobs, and I was like, am I supposed to be working smarter? But am I working smarter or harder? But I don't care, because I make my own schedule with everything I do. So that's the best. Like, isn't that freedom, you guys? I feel free. Shout out to freedom. Clap it up for yourselves. Hey, we could be free up in this mother sucker. We don't gotta be. We could be free. So I just send loving financial blessings upon us. I want us to feel the financial freedom without the evidence of it. Like, yeah, I don't know. It just feels good to me, and I'm proud of myself, because I really been busting it down. I've been working. Even I got sick, and I freaking that took me out for like 2 weeks. Like, that was the worst thing ever. And then, yeah, oh man. And here's the other thing. Like, I moved to a temporary location, and I didn't I haven't done DoorDash in like a minute. And I still got money. So I'm like, where does the money coming from? But it's coming from me organizing. I got like 4 cleaning/organizing clients. I'm hosting events. I'm getting booked. I got 2 comedy shows coming up, you guys. OMG. Say it with me. OMG. MVP. Got the comedy. So I got 2 comedy shows coming up. I'm super excited. So I got the one on the 8th. That's a James Swanson rooftop comedy party. And so, oh man, I'm so excited. I got that because I asked him to host something, and he was like, well, you can feature at this comedy thing. So I was like, that is dope. So I'm super excited about that. I'm super excited. I got booked to open on Wednesday at the Mariposa for their comedy show. I haven't got all the details for that, so I hope it's still true. Shout out to Billy Bob for plugging me with that from the Laugh or Trash show, because I did that show and I killed that shit. That show was fire, yo. That gave me a whole different, like, a different confidence within myself. Like, that was a whole different crowd. I didn't hardly know any of those people. It was in a whole different, like, environment than I'm used to. Like, not a regular, all new. It was just new. And they love that shit. And I didn't even really work on them jokes. I just was like, oh, this, that, and the other. And so that's why I didn't really tell the whole joke. I just had to get to the punchline because we only had a few minutes. So I'm looking forward to expanding upon those jokes on my next 2 comedy shows when I have more time. Because that's just funny. Motherfucker's funny. So, yeah, shout out to that. So that's exciting. Those 2 things coming up. And I was gonna read some poems for you guys that I was some new poems that I had read, and I will see which one I can find see which poem I can read. Leave me a comment. Anybody want to call in? 702-551-5261 is the call-in line. I'm going to read this poem. I'm still editing it, and I'm not probably going to read all of it, but there's a part of it that I really like and that the people really liked the last time I read it, so I'm going to put it out here for the world. You guys ready? It's called Fuck Love. I know I'd be like, fuck love. And I also know that's the fear in me, the fear of what used to be, keeping me from the future that I couldn't dare to dream, barely able to see with my imagination. I can't fathom the happiness I truly desire. I've only experienced a glimpse, false flags posing to be loved, turning me red, turning me mad in a rage because things aren't the way that I want them to be. I have to be honest with myself. If I'm ready for love, then I'm ready for the fantasy. You know, the fairy tale finally coming true. I'm ready for me and we're ready for you. And I know what I know to be true. I can create a reality. And I'm creating the reality that I'm creating right now. And I know I want to love fiercely. I want heart eye emoji on my post love. A love that's warm, romanticize me, tantalize and treasure me. I have gone through enough. I have suffered enough. Enough suffering. Enough wedding bells with broken rings. I want to choose you and you choose me. My fear of heartbreak gets me wrapped up in situations that don't pay me. I can't get a man to get down on his knees and pray with me, but he will open up my legs in a heartbeat. He will pull in close, flesh deep. But where's he at when I'm emotionally in need? Why the need for the meat in between my cheeks and thighs? What is it about the Pussy? It's flowing wisdom. It could make them wise, but they be dumb for it. Like Run Forest, and I'm over it. I want to love free undoubtedly, when the heart doesn't skip a beat, but it finds a new rhythm and a new soul and creates a new dance between us two. I'm looking at me and you're looking at you, and we are love no matter what. Love, understanding, compassionate, and passion-filled love. Can't keep our hands off each other. Oh my God, go get a room kind of love. Talk for hours about whatever we talk about. Laughter precedes us. We're always telling jokes. Life is funny. Every day we wake up and get lots of money. Live it how we get it in the flow. Non-stop and here we go. Maybe hit the lotto. Okay, that's the end of that. There's more to it, but that's the end of that. I'm still working on it. It's called Fuck Love. And you know, when we have an attitude about love, that means that's not that's not peace. I feel like if you're really like not in search for a partner or a romantic relationship, like that's fine. Like I'm not saying that's not fine, but if you have an attitude about it and you're like feeling negative, like fuck love, like because you still feel a way about so and so did something to you, like that, you got to heal that. You can still not choose to have love, like from a partner, like, you know, in that type of relationship, but you shouldn't have that animosity and that hurt, that chip on your shoulder about it. You got to heal that, you know what I'm saying? Because that don't help nobody. It especially don't help you to have that. So that's a little tidbit about that. And I realize that about myself because I go back and forth like, I'd be like, I don't want a relationship, but I do want a relationship. But the relationships, I do have like this feeling like, like, is it going to be, I'm not trying to go through no shit no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to make sure I got all the fuck shit out of me before I can, you know, have a relationship with somebody. And then what does that even look like? Because all my past relationships, well, I really only been, honestly, in like 2.5 relationships in my whole life, honestly. My 2 sons' fathers were my longest relationships. I was with each of them for like 7 or 10 years, something like that each. And then I had a few boyfriends after that. And then my last ex was the only other person I ever lived with. So I never really, you know, I haven't really had a lot of relationships where I'm like in close proximities with people. And even now, like, I feel like if I did like meet a husband or was open to that, like it would have to be so unconventional, like, because I don't know, like I need my own room. Like I can't be sleeping with you. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I need my own space. Like there was a time when I would have never even suggested that. Like, oh my God, I can't believe you want to sleep in a separate room from your husband. Hell yeah. Like we could each have our own room and then we could have like our room. Like that'll be cool. But you know, just things are, if I choose that, it's got to be unconventional. Like it's going to be like something like, I don't even know. I can't even, like I said in that poem, I can't even imagine it. And I feel like that's a problem a problem in the senses, like if I have to decide that I want that, first of all, and I haven't even made that decision, because I feel like once I make that decision, then I know it's going to come to me or something weird like that. I don't know. It's weird. Because, you know, I don't be feeling like lonely anymore. Like I used to feel like lonely, like, oh, I'm lonely, I want somebody. I love myself and my company's cool. I could take myself out. I just made a status like been dating myself for a while. I might settle down, you know. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But if you decide, you have to make a decision on what you want, and you can't let the fear get in the way of it. That's really what the whole point of that is. Like, yeah, you know, fuck love, but is it because I'm still heartbroken, or because I still have wounds, or is it because I just, you know what? You can't ever really say fuck love, because that's sad. Love is love. It don't even have to be romantic love. Love is love. We be categorizing it and putting it in different boxes. You can't do that. Love is free. So, you know, I probably do want love, but I don't trust it right now. I really, even when I say it, I'm like, I feel like, you know how you try to say it, but it's not coming out. I don't want to say that. No, I don't know, because I don't, yeah, I don't know. So that was that poem. That's what I was thinking about. When I was thinking about like love, like, do I want a relationship with somebody? And then, you know, people are always talking about, oh, it's hard to date. And there's plenty of fellas that want to date me, that I think would date me. But for some reason, I I don't want to date them. And then it'll be the one that I do want to date that's like toxic and narcissistic or something. And I'm like, what is up with that? Like, what's wrong with me? Haven't I suffered enough? Haven't I suffered enough? So it's okay. But I'm learning to not take it serious. And I feel like that's what I want to master. I feel like that's one of my masteries along this life journey is a detachment from outcomes and detachment from specific places and particular people. And just, I said the other day, like, how do you care about anything in life without getting your emotion in it? Because caring is an emotion. Like, I host a open mic every Monday. Well, I don't host it, but I run an open mic every Monday at Kev Loves Music Hall. And last Monday I was stressed out and I kept saying, like, I don't care about this stuff. Like, I was so stressed out, and it wasn't, I honestly think it was the full moon, because I was like extra emotional. I'm just emotional, period. I got my Pisces sun and a Cancer moon. That's just the tip of the iceberg. But anyway, so I was just emotional, but I was just like, I don't care about this. And even as I said it, I knew I was lying, because I do care. Like, I care a lot. Like, I'm investing into it. And so I said, well, how do I care but not care? So that's what I'm trying to learn. You got anybody have any insight on that? How do you care but not care? How do you keep your emotions from being engulfed in whatever it is that you're involved in that you do care about, but if it doesn't go the way you want it, how do you, that's like maturity. Like, yeah, that's immature of me. Yeah, it is. Because if it doesn't go the way you want, your response shows how you are, shows your mature, your reaction. You're either going to respond or you're going to react. So, it doesn't look like how I want it to look. So what am I going to do? Be mad? Why am I mad about it? Because I want it to be a particular thing? Yes. But is it okay if it doesn't look exactly how you want it to look? Yes. It's okay. Right? Has to be. Because this shit don't look like nothing like I thought it would look like. And I'm just talking about life in general. But, so yeah. So that's something else that I'm currently in my experience, like just consciously wondering, like, how do I care about these projects I'm working on, but without getting myself like worked up. It's just like overcoming the fear of driving. Like, I had to talk myself down, like remind myself, just like a little child. Like, you have to soothe yourself, because when you're fearful and anxious, like, that's a lot of energy. So you got to calm it down. Like, you really got to soothe yourself and talk to yourself and give yourself grace and be gentle with yourself. Like, I got the chills. I love that. That felt real good. Give yourself, man, myself was like, hell yeah, I like it when you talk like that. But yeah, you got to calm yourself down. And so I feel like I'm still learning these things. I'm still I love when the words come down. I'm given the opportunity to practice, to put into practice what it is I'm currently learning or developing. Does that make sense? So when you're still on a path of, I'm evolving or maturing or growing spiritually or whatever it is, becoming a better version of yourself or more, I don't want to say better, because we're not better or worse. We're just how we are. So a more whatever version of yourself. You're just becoming a greater version of you. That's a greater version is good, because it's not better or worse. It's just greater, because you're already great. So a greater version of you, yes. You're becoming a greater version of yourself. And so the opportunities that you bring to you, I believe we attract it all to us. Sometimes, you might be like, how do I attract it to me? Because I said that a few times. How do I attract what? But whatever. Bring it to us, and that gives us the opportunity to show if we have matured past whatever that is. So for me, it could be not getting my emotions invested in all the projects I'm in, but still caring about the projects that I'm in and investing in them. And when they don't go the way that I want, or it doesn't look how I thought it would look, or there's something that it's not able to be, then how do I respond to that? Oh, I love myself. This is amazing. I'm glad I'm having this conversation. Because I need to remind myself, like, calm down, calm it down, calm it down. And I eventually I did. Like, I just said, you know, whatever, I don't even care. And I do care. So even when I say I don't care, I feel like that's me. I still got an attitude, like, what my shirt say? Whatever. I literally bought this shirt, I think, the next day after that, because I was feeling like whatever. But yeah, I feel like that. Yeah, you unconventional. I think I am unconventional. Am I? Yeah, I don't like this status quo. I like to do shit. I like it to be like different and like out of the ordinary. How do you make it better? Or how do you make it like, ooh, whatever it could be. Everybody got something. So, and sometimes that'd be overwhelming. I'd be so overwhelmed by the amount of people in the world. I'd be like, it's a lot of us out here. Like, it's so many people. Like, are we going to continually to pick our battles with each other? Can we just love each other? Because we're not going nowhere, motherfuckers. We are not going anywhere. I'm about to get off this radio show, though, in about 3 minutes. Shout out to Falcon for chiming in, and shout out to Sean, the photographer, for chiming in. Appreciate you guys. I like when you guys chime in and leave comments. It helps, you know, it's nice. It's interactive, so I appreciate it. And they're chiming in from YouTube. You can chime in from YouTube or Facebook. Comment on the live, and I'll see it. And you can even chime in if you watch this on the, like, later. Like, it doesn't matter. You can always just leave a comment and say, hey, MVP, I seen you there. All right, real quick. Pull up. Don't pull out. This Monday to Kev Love's Music Hall for the Poetic Haze Mondays. Poetic Haze is the poetry event that myself and the Falcon are curating and hosting every Monday for poets. Now, we do open the mic to other artists as well, so don't be shy. You can still come on down and do a song for us or do a comedy. We have a few storytellers. It's a nice thing. Shout out to Mike Stiggs, because he's one of he only does his mob stories at our mic, so that's exclusive, and I appreciate that. Pull up the 6th to Mariposa for the comedy show. I'll be opening. Pull up the 8th to the Ellison, I don't know how you say it, at the Palms. Just follow my Instagram, and all the flyers are there for the rooftop comedy party. Myself, Naomi Starr, and another comedian named Lana. I'm not sure who she is, but I'm sure she's fire. Will be featuring. It's ladies' night, super dope. Pull up 2nd and 4th Wednesdays to the Art House Lounge. I'm hosting the Spit Your Truth Las Vegas Poetry Slam, giving away a cash prize to the poet of the night. Now, that is poetry only. Also, that's probably all I got. I don't know if any of the events that are coming up that anybody told me about. MVPspeaksradio@gmail.com. If you would like to be a guest, a sponsor, or have your commercial ran on my show, MVP Speaks Radio, send me an email. Let me know what you got going. I can play your songs. I could have played some songs today, too. It's okay. But I feel good about myself, and that's what's most important. And that's what's most important, that you feel good about you no matter where you at in your journey, because you're going to always be evolving and always be growing through it. But it's how you grow through it that determines how the journey will be for you. So with that being said, this MVP Speaks. I'm out. Peace and love.